I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Hello everyone and welcome to my first playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club DLC, or a plus. So let's get into this game. I did write down my name in this game. I thought it would be much more easier to say my name than make up a different name. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally obvious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Shiori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you will never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she keeps chasing me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and sit idle in front of the crosswalk and let Shiori catch up to me. I almost slipped again, but I got up to you this time. Maybe because only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like we were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jackson. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Shiori. I can't believe I'm trying to deal with their voices. It's kind of hard. Even though I'm a boy. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly packed with other students making their daily routine. By the way, Jackson, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I've been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible what I did in one of our many conversations where I disinterestedly go along with whatever she's going on about. Shiori looks too worried a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just gaining by on the average of while spending my free time on games and anime. I was thinking about how I worried that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die of thought of becoming a net in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you would try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself return to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does extremely anything inside of her head. The school day isn't already as ever, as it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Yes, clubs. Shiori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Okay, I want to see if there's anything in the settings. Auto forward time, dollar bot size. What the? Enabled enable content warnings. I don't know what that X means, like disabled? I'm just gonna slow that down just a bit. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was speaking out. I looked around and realized that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there inspecting out. So I come in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some more animation, so I thought, you know what? Well, why don't you come to my club? Yuri, yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Maybe. Snurry is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who promised the club she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is generated to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. If there was a Transformers club, I would sell my goddamn soul to Unicron. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, because she's a good friend. Jerk. Asshole. My own character. I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And yesterday you made cupcakes and everything. You what? Sorry, I thought that would actually happen, so I just went like that. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead. If she is coming as to have planned all of this out. I let a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And is that supposed to mean us and then or I don't know. Today makes the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. With the man who sold his soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs. A select of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Hold on, I need to do her voice. Sayori always says nice things about you. Alright, seriously? You brought a boy? Wanting to kill the atmosphere? That's sexist! Jackson, wait, hold on. Okay, that's Monica, but how did you know me? Why am I surprised? Welcome to the club. All words get me in this situation. This club... Why does it say it's full of incredibly cute girls? Certified pedophile. Certified pedophile for my own character. What are you looking at? Oh, definitely not there. Assets. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the soul attitude, whose name is personally Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look looks like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quickly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. More like angry issues. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. More like if Doll from Mary Jones was a human. They don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears incredibly more mature and mid, seems to have a very hard time keeping up with people like Yuri and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? I don't know if an in-game character already knows her. That's right. It's great to meet you again, Jackson. Okay. Get my head into the game! Jackson, stop it! Okay. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Oh, that makes sense. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, electric. Basically, completely out of my length. So, having her smile at me so gently feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Jackson. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll grab the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Oh, she's British? Real cheerio then. Okay, the girls have a few desks managed to make for a table. As you already mentioned, it's been wild so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feels awkward. I take a seat next to Yuri. Natsuki proudly marched back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the tray off the tray to reveal a dozen white furry cupcakes designed to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing. The little pastries of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Yuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Yuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. She's kind of like me when I was a kid. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her snickering glance in my direction. She is waiting for me to take a bite. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? Look like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Maybe made them for you or anything. Well, I thought you totally did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic. That was most illogical. And dismissed the conversation. Yuri turns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully placed a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you to enjoy a good book? Yes, it does, Yui. Yes, it does. I guess. Don't make yourself get intimidated. Sirius is trying to impress you. That's not... Incited, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faked a smile into herself in relief. She is one of my favorite characters in the series. Not because she has some much more bigger asset. Her emotions are really nice and sweet. Monica, on the other hand, she's my second favorite. As her, Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what makes you come to the Literature Club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should have told Monica that I was practically dragged here by Shiori. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Shiori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you fit right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's not my duty to make the club fun and excited for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you didn't start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I couldn't stand all the politics around the major clubs. That is like that one scene from Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. It feels like nothing but argument about the budget and politicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. If it inspires others to get into the Literature Club, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Shiori also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there ain't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something that doesn't grab your attention in literature. Okay, they're still too fast. I need to slow down. Oh, it's wrong one. I'll just slow down the speed like that. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that makes more important. I'm convinced that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Alright? Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone is quickly agrees. Such different girls are present in the same goal. Monica must really work really hard just to find these free. Maybe that's why they were all so delicate by the idea of making new member joining. Though I still don't really know why I keep up with their level of concept about literature. So Jackson, what kind of things are you into, like to read? To be honest, if there was a Murder Drones, like a lore of Murder Drones book, I would happily read that. If it goes more depth to the Solver and Nori and Yeva's backstory, especially Lizzie and Fad's backstory, including Alice. A lot more backstory characters and how the Solver was made. Well, constantly how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Of course manga! Why not? Of course manga. I'm mildly quiet to myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly peeks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without making anything seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri trays the ram of the tea with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a ferment world is quite impressive. Yuri goes on, fairly impressive about her rating. She seems to be so received in time since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way of her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep emotional elements usually mirror me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so definitely take advantage of your own lack of information to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, horror! I do a lot of horror games. Ah, I read a horror book once. I spied glass something I can relate at the moment level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been in a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But as the story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Several horrors is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate her horror. Jump scares, yeah, I can relate to her. Oh, why's that? Well, story does over for me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Signori? That's Natsuki. What? What gives you that idea? There was a piece of scrap paper behind that last club meeting. It looked like you were looking for a prom code. Don't say it out loud! Give me that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your proms? Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her arms on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Proms? I can't say it right! Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them more sometimes? No! Oh my god! Natsuki aroused her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The trust form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be wanting to open up to your writers, explaining your philosophies and showing even the deepest reach of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your books, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable around to share hers. I guess the same for Yuri. I won't read everyone's poems. We all sit in the silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri looks dazzlingly cold at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it might help us to get a little more comfortable with each other and settlement the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jackson? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back together to the original topic of me joining the club, I basically come forth with that being on my mind the entire time. I've never said I would join this club. Zuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lost my train of thought. All the fourth girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Jackson... I am defenseless against these girls. I was supposed to make a clear-handed decision and it went like this. That's it. That is, if writing problems is a piece of I need to pay in order to spend every day with these pedophile once again. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are very nice and beautiful, but the moment when we meet them, you immediately said cute. Like if they're girls, but no, it's canon they're over 18, so shut the fuck up. Okay, I decide then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sari wraps her arm around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. You really just come here for the cupcakes. I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting and on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assessment. Write a problem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jackson, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. I can really impress the class, started Monica with my immense writing skills. I already feel the anxiety warming up me inside me, while the girls continue to chill chat as Yuri and clean up the floor. Hey Jackson, since we're all here, do you want to walk home together? That's Yuri, and I never thought I'd walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the girls. Yuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Well, I'd really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Perhaps I'll have to change to grow closer to one of the girls. I know it's canon that we have to choose the Monica route, but I want to choose Yuri route. Alright, I'll just make the most of my connections and I'm sure it'll be beautiful if will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a prompt tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick your words to think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so do I get to choose? Okay, so let's see. Can I go up? Okay. So let's see. Can I pick, please, roll of a god? Oh, so okay, so sweet, so okay, so Yuri, she's space player, modulate tears. She's sweet. Oh, that's her. Okay. Milk. What? Amazing. Oh, we're doing Can I choose anybody else? Rose, time, giggles, happiness, existence, dance, fireworks, suicidal? What? Laugh. Oh, journey. Infinite, spinning fervor, telekinesis. Determination, spinning rainbow, pure info, fun, horror. Yeah, I know that's her thing. Fear, stimulating, aura, lazy, heartbeat, scares, question, insight, intently flee, massacre. Why is that in here? Okay, I'll go with that one. Ralph, jump, share. What is all of it? Judgment. Music. Wait, romance. Wait, what? Spend enough time during the prom mid game for the. Okay. Lucky stars spot romance. Music. Defeat, extreme, display, boop. What? Boop? Cry. Promise. Cute games. Kiss. Daydream. Dark, peaceful. Noble, beauty, melody, broken. Fluffy. Death? Why? What? Marriage? Love? Pain? NyQuil? What is all of this? I'll go with love then. Together. Empty, grief. Silly. Holiday, sunset, chocolate. Imagination. I'll go with holiday. I mostly did see Yuri. I want to do Yuri, please, for the love of God. Hi again, Jackson. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Yeah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was least to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jackson. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a compliment for you. Making drive head first into literature when you don't have essential to it? Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. See, you told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I didn't know if you had a plan just to come here and hang out. Or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. That's the key. You continue to hear a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Sayuri finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Slightly defended, Leslie pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jackson always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with bus work without even asking. Like cooking. Cleaning my room. How pitiful. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's disgusting! And you always set your house on fire. And you almost set your house on fire once. Where are her parents then? That is so. Where are her parents though? You two are really good friends, ain't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh come. You and Jackson become good friends too. Yes. Sayuri? As usual, Sayuri seems obvious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Yuri. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry. Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to manage the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pretty much surprise. Makes me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want me to be. Alright, well, here. Sarah reached into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out one of the book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it keeps you attendant, even you don't really need read, and would, discuss if you want. How is this a girl actively being so cute? Why would she? Why are you stupid? A Drake or what was his name again? I forgot his name, but I know he's much more popular for doing that. A couple weeks ago, I shot the fucking dog that lives across the way, and over that. But why is my game character being so Drake? Please stop it. It's weird. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I especially take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off something sexual was a pub, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having this coaching in the corner. Sayuri's face is already bleeded in a book. I can't help but notice her good impression, like she was waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Nautica is running around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to cover myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I can always read some of the books you already gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Of course you are! I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening on the newest conversation with Monica. Republica seem really lame compared to all the other clubs. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone that literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature clubs sounds so dressed and natural. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way to showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's about a literature event. So it means more important to figure out how to get people to show in the first place, you know? And after all, they come. We can do things to speak up to their creative minds. What is it? What's that? Yuri is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her despite like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Well, what kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Of course. Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Oh, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. I feel like her and I are connected because she acts like I used to be when I was a kid. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. See? When I talk about food and my team's like, okay, and I was like, I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sherry is still her usual self. But then lies the essential reasons I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sherry keeps putting her mind things and make it come to life. I'm surprised that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it'd be like if she would have welled through her eyes. Moment jump scare! Why would I survive Senior's face, filling my vision? I laid her off my desk. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. How's it my fault? It's the character's decision, not mine. This is not the napping club. Napping. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, ain't you? Well, because of the prom, isn't it? Now that you're in the club, we're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Siri. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, ain't you? Not every day. That's why. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week has you been getting up on time? That's a secret. I knew it. Come on! At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Siri, it's all written all over you. Huh? Siri grabs around at herself. How is it written all over me? It was like you were clearly in a rash this morning. Look, your hair is switching out all everywhere. Here. Huh? I run my fingertips down the side of your hair, trying to straighten it down. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fail for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow even straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But no one would even notice that. Of course they would, because I already know. Nobody's going to tell you because they wouldn't be to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your bottle, what? The buzzler bottom up? Seriously? Seriously, Siri? Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Huh? That's It's super mean. Sorry, but you'll think for me later. I start the bottom of her dress from the bottom. Well, hold on. You mean like her shirt? Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Whoa! 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 This is so funny. This is so weird. What is it? Well, I was just thinking how weird it was to have a friend who does these kind of things. Okay, I know this is a bit of content warning, like for 18 plus, but this is just not what I thought it would be. Huh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy weird like this. Ain't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The buttons might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near the chest. Does this even fit you properly? It did when I brought it. Sigh. If you ever bottom it, you would even notice sooner that it doesn't fit you anyway. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs are getting bigger again. I didn't want to know that! I don't want to know that! Yeah, don't say it out loud! I'm yelling too late. I'm yelling too loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel strange to see your buzzer button up like that? But it's so sturdy. Yeah, it's not worth it at all. Siri hesitates unbuttons her glass once more. Phew, that's so much better. Yeah, I think I might gonna get a lot of BDSD from that. Siri puts her arms out and twists around. So if you keep it unbuttoning them, then I will get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like that. And he would carry me better than anyone else would. Anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all those things, embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just force on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only focus on getting into bed earlier. Fine. That is a deal. I guess we are getting better at taking care of things each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Siri. Oh, but I was just joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell what you're with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why do you share the poems we write now? Yay! Jackson, I can't wait to write your... right. Yeah, same. I felt the sound endless, but Siri still throws away to return to her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes. My reaction ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much precedent since I have never really done this before. Well, now that Bear's really study, why don't you find something to share with? I can't wait. Siri and Monica especially pulls out their poems. Siri is on a wedded street of loose loaves from the standard notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a contemplated notebook. I can always see Monica's printing handwriting for where I sit. Notice key and art really as well. Reaching into the bags, I do the same. What should I show my poem first? Yuri. Yuri seems to be most experienced, so I go start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. Yuri starts at the poem. A minute passed, more than enough. Time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I glanced at it might be after reading though. Ah, so it's not bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri bruised her face in her hands. Okay. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes we already haven't gone anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I don't really. I really didn't notice. What are you saying? Right, it's just not where civic writing happens that we're usually typical of new writings. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is the new writings that they can try to make themselves very difficult. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from a topic matter, and whether from fits the two together. The end result is that the book style and expression are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's like if her derivative totally changed. Her strings is completely gone, and she sounds like an again. Of course, that's not something you cannot be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing or even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It makes you sometimes. It may take you some time, but it all comes with a price. And learning by explaining and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club. Oh fuck! I have to request to explain it again. Nausicaa can be a little bit blessed, though. Blessed? How? Well, never mind. I should be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm sure if she always apologized to herself to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Shiori smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opponent from her. Which itself, it was kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the lymph. I can't read her type of handwriting. So too British to me. Ghosts under the light. The roses of my reading literature brought the rustling glow. Building, it must be plus one. That I can't read this all. I flipped back. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I should have terrible handwriting. No, it's just too hard for me to understand. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But you look at a long time to read. Well, I just didn't read script very often. I actually thought your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really impressive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mid. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Alright, this is nearly going to be the end of part 1. I'm going to do part 2. So, I'll see you all later.